So the Xbox Wire editor-in-chief, Will Turtle, has just written a complete list, maybe not complete, but a list of exclusives coming to the Xbox console in 2021. Some of these are small, some of them are large, some of them we are very well aware of, and in this video we'll basically just be going through some of these games coming in 2021 exclusively to the Xbox console. Welcome to Sweshi Gaming, guys. Please like the video and leave a comment. Which of these games are you looking forward to playing? So the first game listed here is Adios 2021. Adios, coming in 2021, a cinematic first-person game about sticking to a complicated decision. You have decided that you are no longer okay with letting the mob use your pigs to dispose of bodies. When your old friend, a hitman, arrives with his assistant to deliver another body, you finally tell them that you are done. Your friend doesn't want you to stop. He knows that there is no such thing as quitting, so he'll try to convince you that you're making a mistake. How you respond will determine the rest of your life. The Artful Escape. Developed by Beethoven and Dinosaur and published by Annapurna Interactive, The Artful Escape tells the story of Francis Vendetti as he embarks on a multidimensional journey to create his stage persona. On the eve of his first performance, Francis battles with the legacy of a dead folk legend and the cosmic wanderings of his own imagination. The Artful Escape is an action-adventure, narrative-driven, musical laser-light battle kind of game with dazzling visuals, awesome music, and a soulful message about what it means to find your true self. The Ascent. The mega corporation that owns you and everyone, the Ascent Group, has just collapsed. Confusion and chaos ensue, security and order are in disarray, and without protection, everyone is left to fend for themselves. Stop gangs and hostile corporations from taking over and discover what really happened in this solo and co-op action RPG set in a cyberpunk world. Developed by Neon Giant and published by Curve Digital. The Big Con. Flex your inner teenager in The Big Con, an adventure game where you hustle across the country as a teen trying to save your family's video store. In classic 19s con movie style, you persuade and pilfer your way to greatness using a work of potential gifts. You play as Ali, a high school junior gone AWOL from band camp seeking revenge on the loan sharks that threaten her mom's video store. Maybe you profit from the latest collectible plush you're crazy and make an interesting friend or two along the way. Crossfire X. With over 650 million registered players over its 10-year history, Crossfire is one of the most played PC games in the world. Now, the legendary franchise comes to Xbox as a fast-paced first-person shooter with a variety of exhilarating multiplayer modes and an epic cinematic campaign. Explore the global conflict between the world's two most formidable private military factions, Blacklist and Global Risk, as you pick a side and battle players in an epic global conflict across a variety of classic and innovative multiplayer modes and players of all skill levels and interests. Dead State Drive. Grab your bat, steal a car, and take your chances against the unearthly horrors found along Route 666. Top-down driving meets survival horror in this innovative new game from Team Fan Club. Echo Generation. Echo Generation follows a gang of kids through otherworldly adventures as they investigate mysterious and supernatural events in their hometown that will change the course of their lives forever. The game is set in 1993, in one of those hazy hot summers where it seems like the world is yours to discover and everything seems possible. Exomecha. A free-to-play online competitive first-person shooter, Exomecha takes place on the recently discovered planet of Omeka, where multiple species from across the galaxies are warring with each other. Hoping to seize control of the planet's abundant resources, Exomaker thrusts players into an immersive experience thanks to its highly quality visuals, flexible gameplay, giant mechs, special gadgets and abilities, massive boss battles, and unique gameplay. EXO 1. A strange signal, an alien craft. EXO 1 is a gravity-defying, interplanetary journey through space and time that's part of a mysterious narrative that unfolds around you. Master a truly unique traversal system and move through enigmatic and desolate alien landscapes in ways you've never experienced, using gravity and momentum to reach colossal speeds and exhilarating heights. The Gunk. From the creators of SteamWorld franchise comes a completely new game, The Gunk. Embark on a new adventure as two friends who run a small scavenging outfit and who travel from one space rock to another in search of resources they can harvest and sell. Halo Infinite. The legendary Halo series returns with the most expansive Master Chief campaign yet. When all hope is lost and humanity's fate hangs in the balance, the Master Chief is ready to confront the most ruthless foe he's ever faced. Begin anew and step inside the armor of humanity's greatest hero to experience an epic adventure and finally explore the scale of the Halo ring itself. Halo Infinite is the most ambitious Halo game ever made, with an environment several times larger than the last two Halo games combined. Players can explore an expansive landscape filled with sprawling natural wonder, mystery, and a story that welcomes those new to the franchise as well as continues the Master Chief saga for our most dedicated fans. The Last Stop. A new game from Variable State, creators of the award-winning Virginia. The Last Stop is a single-player third-person adventure set in present-day London, where you play as three separate characters whose worlds collide during a supernatural crisis. In the three stories, you'll meet Donna, a spaced-out high schooler who feels trapped by her stifling home life, John, an overworked, middle-aged single dad, and Mina, a ruthlessly ambitious professional who struggles to find the same satisfaction with her family that she does in the thrill of her work. Lake. It's September 1st, 1986. You take on the role of 40-somethings Meredith Weiss, who returns from the big city to her quiet hometown. She exchanges her busy career at a software company to fill in for her dad, the local mail carrier. During her 2-week stay in beautiful Providence Oaks, Oregon, she runs into a few familiar faces as well as plenty of new folk. You'll get to decide who to talk to and who to befriend. Whatever happens at the end of her stint, she'll have to make up her mind, return to her demanding job in the big city or stay in the town she grew up in. Little Witch in the Woods. Little Witch in the Woods is a fantasy role-playing game where you get to live the life of a witch. You play as Ellie, a little witch that has just come to a new town, and you are set to be a part of the witch's house. The Medium. In this third-person psychological horror game, you discover a dark mystery only a medium can solve. Travel to an abandoned communist resort and use your unique psychic abilities to uncover its deeply disturbing secrets. Solve dual reality puzzles, survive encounters with sinister spirits, and explore two realities at the same time. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Already a massive hit on the PC, Microsoft Flight Simulator is the next generation of one of the world's most beloved simulation franchises, and this summer it will be touching down on Xbox Series X and S. From light planes to wide-body jets, fly highly detailed and stunning aircraft in an incredibly realistic world. Create your flight plan and fly anywhere on the planet. Enjoy flying day or night and face realistic, challenging weather conditions. Psychonauts 2. Okay, so this is not technically a console exclusive. This is going to be coming to other consoles. It will come to PlayStation definitely. But it's been included here simply because they can't leave out Double Fine, right? Okay, so Psychonauts returns in this action and humor-packed sequel. A trained acrobat and powerful young psychic, Raz, has finally realized his lifelong dream of joining the international psychic espionage organization known as the Psychonauts. But these psychic super spies are in trouble. Their leader hasn't been the same since he was kidnapped, and what's worse, there's a Maw hiding in headquarters. Raz must use his powers to stop the Maw before they execute their secret plan. Sable. Sable is a coming-of-age tale of discovery through exploration across a strikingly rendered open-world desert. Go on a deeply personal journey across an alien planet as the young Sable, exploring ancient monuments, ruined architecture, and ships fallen from the cosmos, all while learning the history of its inhabitants and discovering her world, her place in the world. Scorn. An atmospheric first-person horror adventure, Scorn is set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. It is designed around the idea of being thrown into the world as the player is isolated and lost inside a dreamlike setting, allowing them to explore different interconnected regions in a non-linear fashion. She Dreams Elsewhere. This is a surreal adventure RPG about dreams and the extent to which they mirror reality. You play as Talia, an anxiety-ridden, comatose woman on journey to confront the nightmares preventing her from awakening, while also finding out how exactly this happens, combining a deeply personal narrative with a thematic focus on emotions, mental health, and self-identity. She Dreams Elsewhere features a surreal, visually striking world brimming with mystery that begs you to explore its every detail. Shredders. Inspired by the classic snowboarding game Amped, Shredders put you on top of the coolest slopes, free ride spots, and snowpacks, aiming to recreate the sheer joy of riding down a mountain. Shredders will deliver high-end graphics, next-gen physics, and a perfect blend of fun and realistic, all in social context. Song of Iron. This is a moody and provoking action-adventure, a dive into a dark Nordic world full of mystery and danger. Your journey will take you far across the land of myths toward the home of the gods. Fight your way through man, monster, and nature itself in this gritty adventure where combat is intense, visceral, and dangerous. Use a bow, an axe, a shield to fight back, but take care. Weapons can be lost, arrows will run out, and shields will be broken. Tunic. Tunic is an action-adventure game about a small fox in a big world who must explore the countryside, fight monsters, and discover secrets. Crafted to evoke feelings of classic action-adventure games, Tunic will challenge the player with unique items, skillful combat techniques, and arcane mysteries as our hero forges their way through an intriguing new world. 12 minutes. Built as an interactive thriller, 12 minutes will blend the genres of film and games by featuring an ensemble cast of extraordinary actors that are perfect for bringing the game's nuanced and complex characters into the world. A romantic evening with your wife turns into a violent invasion as a man breaks into your home, accuses your wife of murder, and beats you to death, only for you to wake up and find yourself stuck in the same 12 minutes time loop, doomed to relive the same terror again and again. Unexplored 2. The Wayfarer's Legacy. Unexplored 2 is an action RPG that aims to capture the same sense of adventure and wonder as a tabletop RPG. Explore beautiful landscapes and discover hidden marvels. Encounter magical creatures and dangerous foes. Warhammer 40k Darktide. From the developers of the best-selling and award-winning franchise Warhammer End Times, Vermintide, Warhammer Vermintide 2, Warhammer 40,000, Darktide is a visceral 4-player co-op action game set in the hive city of Tetiam. Fight together with your friends against hordes of enemies in this new Warhammer 40,000 experience, Built on the legacy of Vermintide 2's highly praised melee combat, Darktide introduces deep and balanced gunplay to the mix. Way to the Woods. A deer and fawn must embark on a journey through an abandoned world of the unknown to get home. A third-person adventure game solo developed by Anthony Fan, featuring music from AV and Surashi, composers for the Shaw Steven universe. Unravel the mystery of Cat Town, evade a hounding pack of wolves, and find your light to explore a world filled with relics of the old gods, humanity. The World at Heart. Take command of a magical swarm of curious creatures in this story-rich action-adventure game about childhood escapism. Battle precarious wildlife and supernatural foes. Construct and craft new pathways and discover the secrets of unique and sequestered world rich with centuries full of lore. Woods, caves, coastlines, ancient shrines. The deep woods is full of puzzles to be solved and secrets waiting to be uncovered. The Yakuza Remastered Collection. So these aren't technically exclusive, but it's the first time that these games are coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. So the Yakuza games are making a big splash on Xbox, especially since most of the recent titles are hitting Xbox Game Pass. So if we look at the list, about 31 games, 29 of which are exclusive. Most of the games listed in here are not really, there's a few big games, some are much smaller, but there's a lot of potential. Of course, my favorite games in this list include Flight Simulator, The Medium, Halo Infinite, of course. The Gank also looks interesting for me. Exomecha, Crossfire X. I think those ones are my most interesting, even the Ascent. But there's a few interesting ones that, especially coming from ID at Xbox, would definitely stand out, like Tunic, for example. Can't wait to see how that one goes. Considering that this is just the early part of the year, I can't wait to see what surprises the Xbox team has. Having 29 exclusives before June, before E3, or whatever is going to take place in June, is pretty exciting, because we do know that we will have more announcements coming later in the year. But as of January, we have about 29 exclusives heading into the year. 29 exclusives we can expect. What do you think about this list? Leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you loved this, and catch you later.